him that he got to such a low level to make such sins. Don't ever let the evil inclination fool you right after. Because most people that finally cry about the sin, the Satan takes advantage on a situation and comes to you and say how great you are. What a tzaddik. Look, no one in the shul cry like you in the prayer. You're the biggest tzaddik here, even bigger than the rabbi. Look, the rabbi, Yom Kippur, he didn't cry one drop of tears. You cry non-stop. You're the biggest tzaddik here. Next time you tell everyone they want bracha, they have to come to you. He has all these thoughts in his mind. Not only he didn't do a mitzvah, the sin of the pride is even worse than everything. Don't let him fool you. If you finally cry with a broken heart, which means you reach a high level, don't ever let the Satan fool you, making you think you're righteous. Don't forget who you are. You are crying for a reason. You're not crying because the Mashiach didn't come. If you cry because the Mashiach didn't come, then you're really, really big tzaddik. If you cry because you murdered, you're not a big tzaddik. If you cry because you're mechalel Shabbat, you're nothing. You're not a tzaddik. You must cry, and if you're not crying for that, that means you're not normal. Not because you're tzaddik. If you don't cry, something is wrong with you. A person just murdered 1,000 people by mistake by hitting the wrong number. He can go back to eat his sandwich. If he takes his sandwich and eats, that means this person is a monster. It's not normal. How can he eat when he knows he just killed 1,000 people? Person hit somebody with a car. He jumped into the road. It's his fault, but he died. Can you eat a month after? If you're a human being, no. If you're a monster, yeah. The Nazis putting babies in the oven 10 a minute, and they were eating the sandwich and hugging the dogs while they were doing it. And they never forgot to say Dankeschön. Maybe by mistake they won't be polite. Putting babies inside the gas. It didn't bother them, these monsters. You understand? Because you have to know one thing. To correct it in this life is much easier than to correct it in the afterlife. Because over here God is mixing a lot of mercy. Once the soul comes out of the body, no more mercy. Over there, there is no mercy in the court of heaven. Only in this physical world there is mercy. Over there, remember, there is no mercy. The Gemara says, Kol haomer HaKadosh Baruch Hu vatran yevatru me'av. If you dare over there to think that God will forgive your sin just because you have beautiful eyes, it will only make your situation worse. In Jerusalem and in many places in the world, the Chevrat Kadisha, that they are charged of the burials, they don't allow the men to follow the father's body into the cemetery. He only allowed to the gate of the cemetery. Then the rabbis over there say, who are the sons of this deceased man? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you stay out. Don't go into the cemetery. Why? Well, he wants to stand by his father's grave and say Kaddish and cry over there. No? Or to cover the body. Why you don't let him in? Why? Because we love him. We don't want to cause him damage. That's why we don't let him in. Why? Pay attention what's happening here. Every man who weighs seeds, every seed has millions of sperms. Millions. Each one of them is a potential neshama. Each one of them is a soul. Soul X, soul Y, soul D, soul L, soul A, whatever. Every one of them is a soul that's waiting to come to this world. One of them in the end will come to the world based on God's decision, depend who the parents, depend what's the act, if it's kosher act, not kosher act, And then God decides which soul will come to this wound of this woman. Which baby, how it's going to look, how is life going to be. Everything is decided based on the moments and everything that around the scenario. So now, when a person wastes his seed, all of it goes to the garbage. It creates black demons, black neshamot, that all of them are potential souls that's supposed to come to the world, and because of his father's sin, they didn't come to the world. But they are here. They never went to the garbage like some people think. They all remains and waiting for the day of his funeral. The Zohar say as soon as they put the body inside, they come to the soul of that person, like millions of them, and grab each one of them a piece of him with no mercy. You didn't give us a chance to come to the world because of your sins. If they see his own children going next to the body inside the cemetery, which is an impure place, they can damage them as well. That's why they don't let them in. Don't go in. You came to the world. They see you, they go crazy. It's a spiritual thing. We don't understand what it is. And we will never understand. We know a little bit. That's enough. Don't need more than that. The Ramchal say, why we don't know all the secrets of God? Why? Why we know a little bit? 2% here, 5% there, 10% there. Why we don't know all the secrets that we will know when we die? When we die, we will know everything. Right now, we understand very little about things that happen to our life, why we miss the bus, we miss the plane, I miss the shidduch, I got the shidduch, my friend has kids, I don't have, all kinds of things like this. We don't understand, we never understand. So the Ramchal say, every person has a test that God designed for him. If he needs, whatever he needs to know in his life, God made sure he will know. Everything he doesn't know, it's better for him not to know. It would ruin his test. It would ruin his mission in life. This is on the individual points of view. But what about the general? There are certain things in the Torah we don't understand. About the creation, how exactly it was. We will never understand. There are certain things about the afterlife we don't understand. There are certain things, what happened in this before the world was created? What would happen after the earth will be destroyed? All this, the world of the souls. There are certain things that we will never understand. The Gemara in Chagigah speaks about it. Certain things don't ask, because anyway you cannot understand. Why? This is where the Ramchal say, what God wanted you to know for your test, for your own benefits, He gave you permission to reach to that knowledge. If it's above your reach, above your understanding, don't worry. It's only curiosity. Don't be curious. It's better not to know. This is what happened when King Solomon had a person in his generation that begged him to teach him the language of the animals. Told him, no, it's not good for you. You don't need to know it. If God wanted people to know the language of the animals, He will make us understand their languages. It's not good for you. Yeah, every day. In the end, He said, okay, let me teach you. When the roosters go like this, toot, 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 it means this. This means, he told him all the things. Few days he came to learn, now he knows. He got the idea. One day he goes, he sees the chickens are talking. Today, a thief will break into our master's home and break into the safe and steal the money. He said, oh, what a great idea, I know their language. By the way, he put bars, waited with his gun over there, with his sword. The thief came, he said, wow, how this guy knew that I'm coming? Nothing. Next day it says, today the son of our master will walk in the street and fall and break his leg. Comes to his son, Moishi, today you have a day off from yeshiva. Abba, you crazy? You never let me take a day off, even when I have high fever. No, today you and I sitting home and eating cream cakes. You're not going anywhere. Now he got safe. He didn't go out of the house. He didn't break his leg. He said, King Solomon is telling me it's not good. My life is great since I know the language. Every day they warn me for my problems. 4 days later, the boy died. No, how he died? Before he died, he walked in the street and he heard that the chickens are talking. Today, the angel of death will come and take the soul of the boy. So he runs. What am I going to do? Now, what can you do? You put bars? They won't help. So he comes to King Solomon and says, you fool, you see, if you wouldn't know the language of the animals, what would happen? They break into your house, they steal the money from the safe. You feel horrible. You say, God, what sin did I make that you did this to me? Okay, let me do vidu, chatati, I'm sorry, no problem, I'll give more tzedakah, I won't steal anymore from my employees. I promise, I'll be good. Then you wouldn't have to break his leg and he wouldn't have to die. Now what happened? You prevented that. So he give you a bigger hint. You prevented that. No more hint, my friend. You understand what's happening? Just when you think you want to know more, think again. Maybe it will be against yourself.